Is everyone able to see my screen? Please ping me yes or no. Okay. Yes. Okay. Fine. So you guys are able to see my screen. Today we are going to start Apache Ant, which is a build tool. It has some scripting part, and we write a few files to do different types of tasks. For example, to compile the code, to copy the code, to connect to remote machine and deploy the code. For these kind of tasks, we are going to write some script. These scripts will be in XML format. So first of all, we will start how to install and then we will go ahead for scripting part. Okay, right. So and is and is a build tool by Apache. Based on your operating system, you have to download binaries. You can see here. You can see here you have download part where you see binaries, right? So what you will do is you will click on this and download the binaries. So see the version here. You can have different versions. You can simply download it for your operating system. No sound. Are you not able to hear me? Is everyone able to hear me, or do you have any problem with the audio? Please ping me. I think my audio connection. Let me check my audio connection once. Sai, can you please check your audio? No issues. So I'm able to hear. Okay. Sai, can you please check your volume? If you can increase, it can help. Okay. So you guys are able to hear, right? So here you have different versions. Okay, if you are working on Windows, you will download zip, or if you are working on Linux, you can download TAS and use it. That depends on your wish. Many people need older versions of, and because of some compatibility issues. So here you have option for older version. If you click on this, you will get another option here. So here this is the archive for older versions. Okay, you can download any version that you need. Okay, this is just a zip folder for I mean Windows machine. So I have already downloaded and saved. Let me check this. Yeah, I downloaded and extracted, and I renamed this folder to ant-1.9.28. Okay, this is my ant installation directory. Okay, whenever you hit you extract ant, you have to go to your environment variables and add the environment variable for this AND installation. See here, you have to right click on your My Computer property and advanced system settings, and then click on environment variables, and here you have to add two entries. Okay, one is this and underscore home to the path of and directory. Okay, and other one is path variable. Path variable is, sorry, this is for tortoise SVN, yeah, and home slash bin and underscore home slash bin. These are the two things you need to add in environment variables. The main use of environment variable is the operating system knows where exactly this package is placed. Okay, you want large prompt. I cannot maximize this. Okay, in next part I'll now while writing script I can increase that size, but I cannot increase the size of this. Okay, this is a simple thing. Two things: go to environment variables and add and underscore home environment variable, and in path variable you have to add a percentile and underscore home percentile slash bin, so that operating system will recognize the path of and. Okay, so that you can execute and command from anywhere. If you see here, if you see here, if you enter and after setting up everything, if you enter and you should get this message. Okay, and build file build.xml does not exist. Build file, that means it is looking for build.xml, but it does not exist. If your installation didn't went properly, then what you get is and is not recognized as a internal or external command. So, or you can check simply and version and -, version. So it gives sorry, yeah, and version, it gives version of the and. That means your installation is successful. Okay, so now we will check how to write and script. Do you have any doubts while installing and? It is very simple. Go to browser and download the ant install binaries and extract the binaries in some place, and then right click on computer properties, advanced system settings, environment variables. Here you have to add and underscore home to the value would be the path of the and directory, and in the path variable you have to give like this. Wait, like this. Oh, yeah, you have to give the path up to bin like percentage and underscore home percentage slash bin, or you can give complete path, but it is recommended to give within percentage, so that whenever you change the ant location in the previous step, it will be dynamically updated. So give like this. Okay, very simple installation. You don't need to struggle for installation. Once it is done, you can simply hit ant version. It should show the version of the ant. Is that clear? Okay. Now what you will do is this. Now you will start your first ant file. So this is my uh, Notepad++. This is the text editor what people use more often. If you are using Windows, you can simply download, or you can use any text editor, but most people prefer Notepad++ for Windows. You can simply download it for free. Okay, if you are using Linux, you can have gedit or something else, or you can use vEditor for modifying this. Okay, so right. So what we are going to do now is we are creating a new file. Okay. Before that, let me give you some more additional resources. So here in documentation you will find everything. Okay. So it has list of tags. If you are okay with what I say, yeah, okay with HTML scripting, it will be very easy for you to write build scripts. So list of and commands. So actually, you don't need to struggle while writing AND scripts. Apache gives every file, every list of, every task with examples. See, for example, if you see copy task, right? It gives complete syntax, how to use your copy task, okay, how to write with different options. So you have to choose one for your requirement and you can go ahead. These are the attributes and description. Attributes is nothing but, see for example, if you see copy, this file is an attribute and to file is an attribute. So in this example, what they are doing is copying file myfile.txt to copy.txt. Okay, and here if you see my file, these are copying to myfile.txt to some other directory. So these are the options you are giving there. Okay, let us write the file. So our very basic target is project name equal to project1, for example. Ending tag ends with slash project. Okay, so this is in XML format. Let me select XML format so that it will highlight the text. Okay, next thing is target tag. My target name is, for example, copy. For example, I'll give a file. Okay, let me create some file in my directory and then we'll check. Okay, my name is target1, for example. I'll give echo command first. Target. Echo is just to display text. Okay, echo hello world. Okay, so now we will see we will save this file. I'll create one directory and I'll save this. My directory is AntLab2 and I'm saving this build like build.xml. Build.xml file is the main file which you use for um, what we say. Actually, whenever you type ant command, it will look for ant file. That is a basic structure. Okay. So and hyphen lab2 is my directory and I have the file. If I hit ant, oh sorry. So here I have to give target name in quotes. Here also a value should be in quotes. It gave me some error. if you notice this, if you notice this, in both the cases, ant gives the file name and the line number if you are doing something wrong, and it will give you complete description what exactly failed. Okay, here element type echo must be followed by either attribute name, specifications. Okay, let us check. Okay, let us check what happened. Yeah, for echo I gave everything in the single line, right? I can give that, but here I have to give one attribute message. So this message would be displayed there. So every task has some attribute. Okay, target has some attribute and every task has some attribute. Now we will check hit end. So I didn't give. I have done one more thing and target 1. So now it echoed what I have given here. Okay, and in first case it didn't give anything because I didn't mention any default target. Okay, what I mean is I'll tell you. When I hit and here, it just said build deployed successfully. Okay, build successfully, and in second time it gave the target. But actually what I have to do is I have to give default here, default equals target 1. That means if I hit this, it will execute target 1. Okay, are you able to follow me? So in this case, first case, we didn't mention any default target, so it didn't execute any target within the project. In second case, we gave target name because only that target would be triggered. So in third case, we have given uh, our target as a default target so that whenever we execute and scripts, it got executed. So let us create one more target. Okay, then we will check the difference. Okay, so this is the basic syntax. First of all, observe this carefully. So first you have project tag. Everything will be inside project tag. Project tag has two attributes now. There are so many, but I am using two attributes. One is name, which is project name, and one is default and target name. What we call this as default is attribute, and target one here is value, and name is attribute and project one is value. You have to understand the terminology. Okay, and here target is a tag, project is a tag, echo is also tag. We call them as tags. In target tag we have attribute name and value, and echo message is the attribute and hello world is the value here. So this is the basic structure. Inside project we have multiple targets. In each target we can have uh, multiple tasks. Okay, project tag task. Sorry, project target task. So I am giving another message here. This is target 1. Okay, so if you execute this now, it echoes both hello world and this is target 1. You can have multiple tasks inside a target, and you can have multiple targets inside the project. Project would be only one for each file. You will not have multiple projects in a single file. Okay, target name equals, it should be in quotes, value should be in quotes, target 2. Okay, whenever you are writing you have to close the particular tag. Okay, we call it, this one is opening tag, this one is closing tag. That is the terminology we use. So what I say is, whenever you write the opening tag, immediately write the closing tag as well. Otherwise you will forget if you are writing a longer scripts. Okay, and echo message equals, this is target 2. Okay, and here you can close this. So there are two ways. You can simply write like this, or you can write like this. I'll type echo. Okay, both ways it will work. You have to notice the difference. In this example which I selected, you started and ended the opening and ending in the same tag, single tag. Here this one is my opening tag, and this one is my closing tag. I'm using two. So both the cases the result is same. That depends on your requirement and your wish. Okay, so both will work. Let us check first. If I type and, only target 1 will be executed. Okay, so when I changed this, it got reflected properly. Okay, so here when I type and, I have two targets but only one target 1 executed, because here I gave default target as target 1. Okay, that is why whenever I hit AND command without giving any target name, it will take the default one. That is why target 2 did not execute it. So if I want to execute target 2, I can give like this. So target 2 is a single line. Okay. So this is target 2. Now it got executed. Is that clear? Now I'll show you one more example. There is one more argument, depends. Target 2. Okay, now what will happen is whenever I hit running AND, it will go to target 1, and in this tag it will check for dependencies, and target 2 is dependent. So first it will execute target 2 and then it will come back to target 1. That means target 1 depends on target 2. Unless target 2 is executed, target 1 will not be executed. Okay, I'll tell you the scenario. For example, if you are deploying a code, right? In order to deploy the code, you need to build the code first. So deploy target depends on build target. So that build target compiles the code and keeps in one place. Keeps the jars in one place. So the deploy will move these jars to destination location. Okay. So now we will check this, and so first target 2 got executed because target 1 depends on target 2. Okay, once it is executed, then only um, target 1 got executed. Is that clear, or you need any more explanation? Because in scripting, with build tool, what we are going to do is we are compiling code, moving files to our production or any other servers. That is the main goal of this AND script. Okay, so this is the basic structure of our AND script. Okay, now what we will see is um, yeah, we will check few examples with the variables. Okay, then we will move ahead. Okay, so variables are nothing but a key and value pair. For example, okay, fruit is equal to mango, and so here normally forget about these things first. Let me write some meaningful text. Okay, I like mango. So rose smells good. I like mango. I grow roses and mangoes. Mangoes. Okay. I save this. So now in this example, I am using roses and mangoes multiple times. Okay. Roses and mangoes multiple times. Okay. I want to change this word. I have to change everywhere. For example, if I have, say, I put roses now, and after some time I have to change this to lilies, for example. Okay, in that case, what I have to do is, if I have 1,000 lines and 2,000 occurrences of roses, single word, I have to go through the all the file from top to bottom, and I have to make changes accordingly. So here I don't change any changes throughout the page, but I'll change only at one place. Let us check first, and it says I grew roses and mangoes. Roses smell good. I like mangoes. Okay. So if you want to change this, what you have to do is you have to give it as a variable. Okay. So now I'll tell you how to give variables. Flowers, roses. So what I'll do is I'll replace these words with keys. Okay. Flower, here, sorry, here fruit. So this dollar indicates the variable. Okay. So now we will see what it will look like. Sorry, unexpected text. Fruit is equal to mangoes. Why it is not recognizing? Give me a minute. I have to give some more context here. Okay, actually, if we use any properties file, then only we give properties like that, like this. I'll tell you how to use property file tomorrow. But here, in order to give any any property inside XML file, what you have to give is name equal to fruit. It should be in tag. Okay, name is equal to fruit and value equal to mangoes. Mangoes. And I have another property. Sorry, you have to end the tag here itself. And I have another property, name equals flower and value equals roses. Okay, so in order to replicate this, you have to give the property and value like this. Now we will see what happens. You got it, right? So this is how we mention properties. If you have thousands of properties, we don't need to write everything on the same file here itself. If we have any property, any other files, other XML files, and if you have 1,000 properties, you have to give all the properties in all the files. So instead of that, we will maintain normally another properties file. Okay, I'll tell you how to use that. Okay, let me write it now itself. Write it now itself. Fruit equals mangoes. Okay, we need to save this file as um, build.properties. Name is not mandatory. You can name it anywhere, but the extension should be properties file. Properties. Save. Okay, if you see here, you will have one file called properties. This is build.xml and this is build.properties file. But here we don't need to write these two things, but we just simply call that property file here. Okay, so here okay, you just have to mention the tag as property file and file name equals, you have to give build.properties. Just a minute guys, I need to plug in my charger. Give me a minute. Okay, so now it will take from the variables from the properties file. Okay, my tag is property file. Okay, I am ending the file here itself. Okay, so now we will check. Oh, this is not taking. I think it didn't recognize the properties file. Updating properties file, build out properties. Oh, sorry. How to give that this? Just a minute. Yeah, it should be properties. Properties file tag is to update builder properties on the runtime. Okay, so now you can see here, and now all the variables are taken from builder properties file. So this is how, if you have, for example, if you have DB details in different places, okay, and you have host name, for example, multiple hosts in different parts of the same page. So each time if you want to change, you don't change for 1,000 times in the single file. You just use a property file and change here itself. For example, if I want to change it to lilies and apples, and I'm not saving it. Yeah, so now I'll save it. I'll save it. Now what happens, you see, everything is changed, right? So like this, normally in your real-time environment in properties files, what you will have is hostname details, IP addresses, DB details, properties, any properties, I mean application properties, AWS keys, these kind of variables you will have. Okay, if you are, for example, say deployment goes like this. First, you will deploy the code in what you say development environment, and you deploy in UAT. UAT means user acceptance test. Once your code is ready, you have to deploy in UAT environment. Then your client will test the functionality and the code in UAT environment, and he'll give sign off. He approves the code to be deployed in production environment. Finally, it will be deployed in production environment. Okay, so these are the three cases. If you are running the same code on different servers, each time you have to change hostname. If it is development machine, you have to give hostname of development machine, DB of the particular development machine, and IP addresses. Everything will be related to development machine. After that, when you are moving it to UAT environment, right, then you will give all the information of that particular environment, particular servers. So every time you deploy, you change variables. You got my point? Or you can do like this as well. Say for example, I'm commenting fruit. So what will happen? It will not be recognized. This hash indicates comment. Let me remove this. Okay, this hash indicates comment. What will it happens if I enter this? My fruit is not taken as a value. It only showing properties which we have given here, right? In order to pass a variable on the command itself, I can give -d and then variable name equals grapes. See, so this is how you have to pass variables. If you have any ad hoc properties or something like that, then you will pass like this. It will not take. Let us see if you have here and there as well. If you have here and there, we'll see what it will take. It will take grapes. Okay. If you don't give that, it will take apples from the properties file. What I'm trying to say is you have variable in your properties file, but you have one or two variables there and you don't want to change in properties file so that you may use that particular variables for other environment. Okay, you don't want to change anything in properties file, but you want to deploy differently in your code, your deployment. So in that case you will run simply like this. You got my point? So whatever you give in a command line will be overwritten by the value from the properties file. Is that clear what we have discussed today? This is very simple. Simple script. You can simply write it. So let me rephrase it again. Summarize this again. What we have learned so far. First of all, we have downloaded the binaries and installed and. Okay, installing and is nothing but placing your binary file and extract in some place and go to environment variables and add your environment variables. Okay, when you hit ant-version, it should show the version of the ant. And other thing is you have created one file. The project is the main tag where everything lies, and inside project it is mandatory to have one or multiple targets. Each target can have multiple tasks. Here I showed you echo task. Echo only displays the text. Okay. Tomorrow we are going to discuss about more tasks. We have sample project, Java project, so we will deploy that project writing this code. Okay. Then we created targets with multiple tasks, and we created dependent targets, and we checked the properties within the build.xml file and build.properties file and calling the build.properties file from build.xml. See, I have given build.xml file name because both build.xml and build.properties files are in same directory. If it is in different directory, you can give absolute or relative path. Okay. Uh, do you guys know absolute and relative path? Do you want me to explain? For example, I don't have this file here. Okay, this build.properties file here, and I have a new file called AAA, new directory, and here. So what I'll do is I'll put okay, I'll put like this. If I put like this is called absolute path. Okay, what I'm giving is from anywhere this path is true. I'll tell you what I mean. This path is true because it checks in D drive, AAA folder, and build.properties. If you hit and it will execute. So it is working, right? It is in AAA directory but not in my ant lab. The properties file is not here. So it is pulling all the data from this location. This is called absolute path. If I give like this is called relative path. Double dot always indicates, even in Linux or Windows, that double dot the is a folder above. That means now I'm in AntLab 2. the folder above is D drive, and inside D drive I have AAA. Inside this I have this file. So this is only true whenever I am working from here. Okay, this is only true working from any directory parallel to AAA. For example, if I have any directory in C drive, it doesn't work. You got my point? It doesn't work. But above folder will not be D drive. In that case, it doesn't work. We will see whether it is working or not. It is working. So this is called relative path. It is relative. It only works for the folders which are in D drive. Okay, because my file is in D drive. I cannot do the same stuff from other drive or subfolders inside D drive. Okay, if I have a folder in D drive and there is another folder inside it, there is another folder inside it, from there if I want to do that, it will not work. So here you need to, that depends on your requirement. Normally you will give absolute path because people will check out their code anywhere in their directory. Okay, one person may have it in C drive, and one person will put it on desktop, or some person in D drive or anywhere else. But if you give relative path, it will be true for anyone. Okay, in your folder structure, if you have it in the same place, remember that. Okay, and we have targets, tags, everything. And I want you to install this and practice. If you have any doubts, please ask me tomorrow. And tomorrow we will going to a sample project in Ant, and we will commit it to our SVN, and we will check how to deploy it. Okay. So tomorrow we are mixing both Ant and SVN so that we can understand how actually builds happen. Okay. Thanks for your time, and please do practice. If you have any doubts, please ask me now.
Hello.
Yeah.
Hello, Swarup.
Yeah, Sai.
Swarup, I have one doubt. Actually, Ant is a script file uses for
Uses for build deployment. Normally what happens is people
build.
write code, right?
We write code, right?
People write code, right? Normally what
Mm.
they do is they have to compile the code. That means code will be in Java, .NET, anything. They have to compile it to binaries. Okay. So binaries
Okay.
are nothing but ones and zeros, which is recognizable by a server or a machine.
Yes.
Okay, or a computer. So what we have to do is here we have to compile the code first and move those files to particular server. So here
Right.
we use these tasks. We have compiled tasks, everything. Tomorrow we are going to discuss,
Mm.
and we will copy
Mm-hmm.
or move those files to our production machine. That is the main purpose of that particular build tool. And
Okay. This
moreover,
this
yeah, go ahead.
Ant is an mediator for connecting SVN server and the
No,
written
no, it
script.
is not mediator. You cannot say that. It is not mediator. It is a build tool. So
Okay.
its main job is to compile the code into binaries. Okay, all these copy tasks, echo tasks, these are the additional ones which are required when you are running the build. Okay, now I showed
Oh.
you, right.
Oh.
This is the target. For example, if you are doing something, if you are compiling a code, your target will be compile. Instead of, for example, if you can see the screen, compile is my target name. I'll execute this target, and if you want to deploy it, deploy is your target. So you are moving entire code into your production server. So what people do
Good.
is
Oh.
they'll have separate folder structure in offices, I mean IT industry.
Okay.
So
Okay.
what developers do is they'll place all their code in one directory and these ant scripts in one directory, and they'll pull all the
Okay.
files and they'll zip the files and create jar files.
Okay.
Okay, these jars and
Okay.
wars also executables, wars will be deployed onto the server using this ant script.
Okay.
Normally, if you don't have any ant script, you can also compile the code. You can also
Mm-hmm.
compile the code with using Java commands, and manually you can
Mm-hmm.
copy onto servers. But but
Okay.
if you have multiple servers, if you have 100 servers, you cannot copy manually. Okay,
Right.
and if you have different kind of applications and you have written 1,000 Java files and you have to compile everything, but it is also not
Okay.
possible in real time. So what we are doing is we are using script to make the process easier.
Okay.
Okay, to avoid
Okay.
manual intervention. That is why
Okay.
we are using build tools.
Okay. Okay. I got your point.
Okay. Anything else? Anybody? How to execute multiple targets in one time? See, Ayappa, there is no way we execute multiple targets in one time because every target has multiple tasks and there is an order. So we don't do that, and we don't have any requirement like that. Okay, it should be executed one by one after one. It is what we are doing is we have different tasks what we do manually, and we are doing it through script. That is it. Okay,
Okay.
so that is what we are doing.
Yes.
So there is no need for simultaneously running two targets.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay then. We will see tomorrow with more options. We have a sample project, and we will write an script tomorrow and try to execute the build. Okay. Thanks for your time. Bye.
Okay, thanks, Saurabh. Thanks.
Okay. Bye.
Thanks, welcome.